Okay, so let's quickly get that gradient on. You can see here it goes from light yellow to dark yellow. And what I'll do is simply go to our week 12 menu. Let us talk about gradients. There it is. So W3 Schools talks to you about 3 different kinds of gradients, and we're going to focus on the linear gradient. So you can see here, the syntax is background image, linear gradient, and then you do your color stops. And the code to go from, on a linear gradient, from red to yellow is right here. So let's try it ourselves. Let's see what that's like. So you can see here, it is an ID here that they've defined. They've defined the height. And here it is. They've said background color, red. So this would be for browsers that don't support gradients. So you do need to have something because some browsers don't support gradients. That might not be true today, but some people might be using an older browser that didn't support a gradient. And here we're saying background image and then linear gradient. So I've said here, they've said here, red to yellow. And it's quite simple. If I typed blue here and purple and run it, then we get blue to purple. So clearly in good website design, you're going to have hexadecimal codes here with your colors. But that's in general how quick and easy it is to create a gradient. So let's go back, and the instructions are right here. They give us 3 stops for the gradient. And W3 Schools talks a little bit about stops, but I would like to show you what we have here on our week 12 is a gradient generator. So let's click this link and use it along with our stops. So this is a great website. It's called CSS Portal. And they have here 2 stops. If I remember correctly, we have 3 stops listed here, and I can't really see them. So we've got FCE ABB at 0%. So let's go back to that. And we do want linear. We do want top to bottom. So what did I say? FCE. Oh my gosh, I forgot already. FCE ABB. FCE ABB. All right, that's our first stop. And our next stop is going to be FCCD4D. FCCD4D. And I'm going to have to add a stop for the third one. Oh, it went in the middle. Let's put this in the middle. And I'm going to be adding this last stop. And it is F8B500. F8B500. Okay, so what I don't like about that is here I've listed my colors, light, medium, and dark. Over here it's displaying it from bottom to top. So clearly what they mean here in this menu is for me to click bottom. Maybe it means the heaviest, most solid color is at the bottom. The 100% is at the bottom. I know that's what I want because as I look at this, I see that the top of this is light and the bottom is dark. So let's go back to that gradient. And here is the code that it generated. It is giving us a background color for browsers that do not have gradient abilities. But I'm going to copy this code. And I'm going to jump over to Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to add it to my styles, to the body style. So there it is pasted in. Let's just quickly beautify it. There we go. Save, and let's take a look at that. There we go. It's looking good. The next big piece to deal with is going to be this inner big box here. And it says that the content div has a white background that is 30% opaque. So background, that means it's going to be RGBA, background transparency. So 30 transparency I get from the word opaque. So it's 30%. That'll be RGBA. White is 255, 255, 255. So we'll do that plus the 0.3 for the 30% opacity. It says this is a content div. Let's get the lay of the land here. Do I see a content div? Yes, div ID equals content. So on styles, I don't see anything here for content yet, but we'll go above the footer and below the header, just to be in order. Pound content. Because the pound sign, as you remember, is how we deal with IDs. And we'll say background color. RGBA. And 255. This is white. I happen to know it, but you're always able to look this up. And 30% opacity. And take a look at how that's looking. There it is. All right. Other things. In this little note up here, other things in this little note up here, it says it is 80% the width of the page. It has 20 pixels of padding on all sides and 50 pixels of margin on the top and bottom. Side margins are auto so that it is centered in the page. All right, let's just get those in while we can. Go over to styles and continue working here. Whoops, where's my semicolon? Width 80%, so we know it's going to be responsive, right? That's nice. And padding, that doesn't have to be a percent, although it could be for responsive layouts, but they've said 20px here, so that's what we'll do. And margin, so I'm going to use my margin shortcut. And in that way, the first number is going to be the top and bottom. That's 50px. And from side to side, we want it centered, so we'll put auto. Save, and there it is. Looks good. All right. Next video, we'll play with some fonts.